Man, this shit is on my nerve, bro. Like, 'cause really, like, I got married and I stagnated myself for certain reasons, but I also stagnate myself because I believe this Illuminati motherfuckers is real, right? And I believe they some fucking butt pirates. Homosexual motherfuckers who have enough guns and money to make sure they can get your asshole, right? You go meet somebody at Capitol Records on the top floor, I believe that they'll take your asshole up there. You go 100 floors up and you walk down a long ass hallway past 100 people and everybody can have guns and intend for that boss up in that room to get your asshole. It happened to them, nigga, it's gonna happen to you. So I just believe this Illuminati motherfuckers is real and they control all these black celebrities, right? All of these black celebrities are sellouts and they do not say ownership, polity, economy, liberation, federation, right? A bi-communal, bi-zonal federation just happened in the real world, right? It just happened in 2014 in some Caucasian country, right? Right, but these Caucasians, they can get liberation at any cost. They get it 500 years ago, they can get it in 2014, 6 years ago, right? They can get liberation whenever they seek it, however they want to ask for it. And they being oppressed by their own kind, but black people being oppressed by white people, right? In America and in Africa. The government over there is not a black government. They don't own the resources and the landmass the way they should, or black people will be the wealthiest people on the planet. Evidently, right? But beyond that, right? This is the whole point of this is the games they play. To be ahead, these people are the webmasters. They have they got the virus protection programs. These niggas, on top of having the virus protection programs, are running those programs. These people are hackers. So if they not hacking your shit as the hacker, they hacking it as the antivirus company, right? So the whole point of what I'm doing with all of this is I've been a YouTube person for a cool minute, and if I was smart enough to document all of this shit years ago, then I would basically have a timeline to validate how I was cheated out of money in YouTube or Google, like what the shit that they was doing, right? But I ended up with this website right here because I start telling my wife, I'm like, hey, you need to have a website. We're gonna get financial freedom and this and that, and this is the path to take, and blah blah blah. Her name was Marty, right? So then I just had her. I just made this shit up. I'm like, okay, we're gonna call your shit this and whatever, whatever. But we was having all these complications where it was just like I just kept running the site, right? I had like other sites, but it's like she really wasn't. This wasn't her path, so she wasn't really into it, right? But beyond that, right? It's supposed to be an ad right here, right? It's supposed to be an ad showing right here. I'm gonna go over here to this Google AdSense account and show you that I had to just reauthorize this shit because they don't want to show ads on my shit because I'm not stupid. I have a clear path and a clear understanding that I can get rich and retire with my website and my understanding of the internet and how it works, right? So then I'm gonna go over here to where the fuck is it at? Account or something, and I'm gonna go to my policy center, right? So you can see if they have any reason to have no ads showing up on my site. In this section, it would show what I would have to do to make it where ads can be served on my site, right? And I can make money with my shit. And it's no coincidence that my money has stagnated, right? And before the money stagnated right here, I would be looking at my numbers, right? When you do these reports right here. And it's a shame that a person got to show all of their whole little, I got to show all of this information. That's my personal information and my own personal path that I'm taking. You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting awareness in this. It's like an old man told me once before, he said, you don't tell a motherfucker where the cookies are, because one day you're going to be looking in that cookie jar talking about where the fuck are the cookies at? Like, where have the cookies gone? You know what I mean? So, me right here doing this is pretty much telling motherfuckers where the cookies at. And it's like I could be oversaturating the market doing this and making it where my path is even harder, or make it where the government focus even more on this shit to make it where people don't get rich. I already know they doing it, and I know how the government work. The governments or the governance is basically like regulating movement. They're regulating shit, right? So when I worked at DoorDash and I made fucking $300 in a day, all of a sudden, like the next 2 days, the motherfuckers changed the pay module, and then I never made that much again. But it's like the government kicked in and said, you motherfuckers is not going to pay people 300, 500 a day for delivering no fucking food. And we got people who went to college who don't make that fucking much in a fucking month. If you say 300 a day for 5 days, that's 1,500. If they do it 7 days, that's another 600. That's 2,100. Nigga, that's like $8,400 a month. People will go to college and don't make that. And when I made that 300, I told myself, I said I can make 500 a day doing this. Cause I'm not even lying. I was at another job where I was working with like these like mentally like handicapped people, right? Or mentally disabled people, but they were like, I don't know. It was a weird case, but these people be like sex offenders. They'd be the worst case of the worst of these type of people. But then I would be able to deliver food while I have my client because the client be want to go do certain stuff, right? So if I can make $300 while I'm on a 12-hour shift at another job and not completely focus on delivering food, I'm pretty sure I could have made 500. And the only reason they changed that motherfucking pay module with DoorDash is because of people like me. People who really did make $300 to $500 or 600 in a day and understood that I'm gonna use this and change my life, right? And the government is suppressing people movement when they do shit like that. That's all they care about. They just don't, they want to stop you from gaining ownership as fast as you can gain it. And that's what this is about, what they doing with my Google shit, right? They trying to stop me from gaining ownership. At my age, I'm 35, right? I've been in this fucking space for a minute. I could have been did this shit. If I didn't get married like 2-3 years ago, I wouldn't have stagnated myself. Every other nigga in my lane did not get married, and them niggas is thriving with this shit for the most part. But half them niggas is sellouts. You can look at them. They've been on MTV or they've been doing certain shit that stipulate they sellouts. Like Logan Paul. My nigga went to the suicide forest and he want to have a person hanging and supposedly dead right here in the forest. And they want to act like, oh, we're going to stop your money. But then he have a boxing match and he do all of this stuff. And he's just this YouTube celebrity who's like, he's supposed to be bigger than life right now. Like, he don't even have to do YouTube. And they act like he's like another Elon Musk and shit. Like, these white people can be like that, right? But who is the black guy who's on Logan Paul's level? Even the nigga KMI or whatever his name that he fought, that nigga is not regarded to have that much money as Logan Paul. And he's not regarded to have as much money. And there's not many black people that they will even say publicly that made 18 million or some shit off of YouTube. You never heard it, right? They act like this shit don't happen and it's only a white thing and only white people get ownership and only white people is the ones who get millions and millions. Fuck out of here, bitch. This is what these motherfuckers is doing with this algorithm and shit. That's why they want to track your email and they want to track you. And everything is an email and check your files. And once we get in your phone, then we can go in that motherfucker and see who you is on all these platforms for a nigga who hiding from us. A nigga who hiding, who deliberately picking emails and not putting his personal information so they can't track you. So on this motherfucking account right here, it don't probably got my real name. They probably got my wife's name and shit because I'm not, you see that? That's not my motherfucking name, right? Even that name right there. Because I don't want them tracking my fucking name to do what they're doing right now with my shit. So yet again, we're going to show you in my policy center. And I came to the reports right here to show that right here in these reports, it tell you estimated earnings and your totals and all of that shit. And you'll be reading these reports, right? And the same shit you reading right now, like how I say 42 page views and all that, the same shit I'm reading right here, right? I done read all of this same shit, and I used to do this with YouTube, bro. My numbers on YouTube was way like in the thousands and shit. At this time, this was like years ago before people was fucking with YouTube. I was already in there, right? And I'm looking at the pay module and shit, and I'm like, I just be like, bro, this shit not adding up, my nigga. Like if I made $9 and I didn't do much, right? And I did the same shit for a month, but all of a sudden the numbers stop adding up. Like these numbers you see, right? If it said 2, it might say 1 cent. It might say nothing here. It might say nothing there. But right here, it might say, 48 cents or some shit. It might have something, right? And then it'll say your total down here. But then it started getting to a point where these motherfuckers always got estimated earnings and estimated this and blah, blah, blah. And you see all of this shit. And they might even say some of this shit equal money. But then when you get to that total column, that bitch would be saying 0. And I used to look at this shit on my YouTube and I used to be confused. And I ended up going to Google in Irvine. I swear to God, I went to Google in Irvine before. And they didn't want to address with my issues. I'm like, hey, I'm not getting paid adequately. I'm like, look at this. I'm taking screenshots. Like, I need the answers for this because be yeah, that's not the first time that happened. I don't know if all my videos starting to do that. I'm surprised this one went that long. I gotta end this so we could probably save this thing, man. At the end of the day, these people is robbing motherfuckers out here and they hindering people movement. They trying to stop black people from gaining ownership. They've been controlling ownership in America through the economy and the budget. They're bringing a lot of immigrants to America. If black people wake the fuck up and start asking questions and paying attention, you'll see how many immigrants are in this motherfucking country right now. How many people that's immigrants that's became millionaires through all of these type of platforms and getting houses and shit while you paying rent and shit like that. And then the motherfuckers who do have the awareness and trying to do the same shit, they're hindering and blocking your ass. I know these numbers don't make sense right here, or you would look at this and say, you want some money off of that? I haven't even been fucking with this for reasons, right? Because the first moment that I saw they was fucking with my money, that shit, I'm like, this that YouTube shit again. Here it goes again because I stopped fucking with YouTube and got my own platforms because of that. Because I went to Google and they wasn't gonna do shit and nobody gonna fucking cry for you. You could tell the whole world, like I'm telling motherfuckers now. I ain't telling the world, nobody's seen this yet, right? I can promote it, but I'm just saying, the same way I'm saying this, who the fuck gives a fuck what I'm talking about? Half you motherfuckers don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So why the fuck would you care, right? And this ain't your life. Why the fuck would you care? And that's why I never really cried about the shit like that. And I try to move around these bitch ass motherfuckers. And this is like, to me, this is like they net neutrality shit. This is them like acting like, oh, we're doing this to protect America from terrorists and oh, from TikTok. We don't want TikTok stealing information. This is they excuse to, they're disrespecting the American dream. Really and honestly. I'm fed up with the shit, man. You motherfucking crackers is in niggas' way. You fucking crackers is at these radio stations hiring Mexicans for Power 106, 92.3, hiring all these fucking immigrants to make money and get ownership in America playing black people music like you can't hire some black people to do that. So you can't tell me it's not no motherfucking, it ain't no conspiracy, nigga. It's clear as day in your face. The only black person, the only black rapper that supposedly owned his masters, where you listen to Cassidy right now, Cassidy got this album like this bitch ass nigga talking like a man want to mention your masters and all this shit. Bitch ass nigga, you must not own your shit because you alive. Nipsey talking about he owned his master, he dead, bitch. Michael Jackson owning masters and shit, he dead, bitch. Yo ass alive because you was a slave ass, bitch ass, coon ass nigga that's over here trying to help them crackers take some ownership out of battle rap. You bitch ass nigga, you ain't over there working for Smack. That ain't why you came back. I want to make battle rap bigger. Bitch, use a motherfucking cracker pawn, nigga. Use a graham cracker pawn, nigga. You supposed to be a black pawn because you ain't no goddamn king or no rook or no shit. You definitely ain't no knight or no shit, you fucking pawn. These niggas weird, bro. I was trying to really make some bars for Cassidy, bitch ass nigga. Let me see this shit if I wrote it. I wrote some shit down, nigga. Because I heard this nigga shit. And I was disrespected by this bitch ass nigga's music. Cause this nigga wanna act like he on some Donald Trump shit, right? My nigga acting like he better than the other rappers. Oh, my rhetoric, what I'm talking about is better and all this shit. Nigga, Donald Trump ain't did shit to prove he better than any politician to be talking about, you guys, like, I don't know, when my nigga was campaigning, my nigga coming like, I'm better than these other politicians. These guys have been in this position for all of this time and they haven't done what they're supposed to do with it and all of this kind of shit. But it's like, Donald Trump, there's videos of you talking about the Native Americans don't look like Native Americans to you and they don't look like Native Americans to Native Americans, but you haven't publicly did shit to reconcile that. I haven't heard you do anything about Native Americans. All I heard you do is talk shit about Mexicans. You know what I mean? You make some racist statements about black people a little bit. You know what I mean? And you just talk about what, guns or some shit? Or like you're not talking about shit. And when motherfuckers ask you questions, they got videos of you talking about, oh, you're asking a very political question. Like, bitch, aren't we talking about politics? What kind of question should I be asking you? A very comedic question? Should I be asking you some shit about stand-up comedy? Like, nigga, we talking about politics. What the fuck are you talking about? That's a very political question. And that's fake news. Okay. You sound dumber than George Bush, boy. Yeah, but at the end of the day, these crackers and niggas way, man. Wake up, black people. Wake up, my nigga. I've been on this, nigga. I've been on this paper chase, but I'm telling you, them crackers is real. These niggas is faggots, man. I don't even care about gay shit. That don't get concern me, but it concern me that there's some faggots that's running the world with all of the money that's like making people give up their ass or some shit to have a good life. Other than that, of course, you should go to college and shit like that, but a lot of people miss their motherfucking wave or they feel like it's never too late, but it's like motherfucker don't want to go through some shit they should have did 10 years ago because a lot of black people had a fucked up growing up. Or like the way they grew up it was fucked up, right? It was nigga, I've been shot before, right? It was crack in my motherfucking neighborhoods and crackheads and nigga, it was Mexicans yellow and this another thing. At Cabrillo High School in Long Beach, right? There's a police station 2 doors away from this school. I'm talking about there's Cabrillo High School, then there's Job Corps, then there's a police station. But there used to be immigrant Mexicans sitting outside the school every day harassing the black kids. They supposedly talking about it was black girls getting their motherfucking heads chopped off and shit. While we going to school, this is in the paper. Motherfuckers is getting beat up when they go off campus lunch to go to Jack in the Box. The Mexicans ain't getting done like that, right? Because that's the black people on that side. The nigga ain't no gang on that side for the blacks like that. But the blacks ain't motherfucking just harassing Mexicans that's going to school. Like ain't no grown ass black man outside of no school looking to beat up no motherfucking kids going to school. These people had all of this shit designed to throw black people off of this. If it was all about college, they was trying to throw you off from that. And even though now you done missed the college wave, you would say, okay, well, athletics are entertainment. If you already missed your shit in school, you don't miss your athletic wave, right? So then you would have to say entertainment. Well, what you gonna be, a actor or some shit, or what the fuck? You got to find some other form of entertainment to gain your ownership. Otherwise, what you gotta live for a motherfucking mortgage payment while Morgan Freeman and all these other fucking actors getting ownership, acting like kids. Tom Cruise over here being a little kid and he want to watch himself on TV thinking he the fucking man, but he don't talk about real world issues. Bitch ass nigga. You don't talk about the theft that the ownership took from the motherfucking American public. We the people who had ownership before the government exercised this governance and took ownership of all land mass and resources of the land, and then started to practice this bullshit philosophy of privatized ownership. And through that process, they started to appoint motherfuckers as landlords and overseers of industries. That shit is bullshit though. They use that privatized industry shit so they can say, oh, why we don't pay you motherfuckers $100 an hour at moving furniture, but we pay these kids over here at the funnel cake factory. We'll pay them fucking $18 an hour, but we'll pay the guy who moved furniture $8 an hour. These motherfucking little white kids just making funnel cakes. I seen this shit my damn self. And I ain't mad because even when I was doing that shit, I was the person in that position. I'm looking like, oh, this shit don't make sense. I'm providing more of a service to the world, moving furniture for all of these different individuals in the world who are living people. Like these people are feeding you funnel cakes that's not healthy for you. And I'm over here moving all of your shit, putting it exactly where you want it to be at. And they gonna pay that nigga that's giving you something unhealthy more than the person who's doing a much more of a service for you. Moving your shit up 3 flights of stairs and you ain't have to touch shit. Putting your shit, your nightstand right next to your fucking bed. Put the other one next to the other side. And put your dresser right here. Put your TV exactly. You don't have to touch shit, bro. Put all of your boxes neatly in one corner. You can go through your shit nice and neat. All of your shit, your TV, no scratches. Your mirror, no scratches. All of your shit nice and protected. Come on, bro. This is just funny to me. That's just funny to me. But then when you go to a restaurant, to a bar, that people feel like they should be obligated to tip the bartender, but it shouldn't be. They shouldn't tip a mover. They're shunned upon for a mover to want a tip, right? In that business, they say you can't ask for tips. Of course, nigga, motherfucker gonna put it out there, but it'd be like, so a bartender deserve a tip more than me? My nigga, the person who giving you some shit that's not even healthy for your body deserve a tip more than me? The nigga who put all your shit where it's supposed to be at and got you comfortable and less than like your moving experience is great because of me. That shit could have been all bad. You could have been lifting couches and shit up the stairs, boy. Yeah, but this shit crazy, man. This shit crazy, bro. I'm about to go back over here. This is just I'm trying to validate something here, man. I'm trying to validate something because it need to be validated, bro. It need to be validated. I've been stagnated at this point. You can see this. Look at the transactions, right? And then if they show this shit going all the way back, you can. That's what I want to see. I want to see. I want you to see the point of stagnation, right? I want you to see movement, and then I want you to see stagnation. And I have this theory of like how they say they use wordplay and shit. Like when they give you information, right? They're giving you info that's meant to stagnate you, right? Because it's information and stagnation, right? And if they had it be information, that means they're giving you info that's meant to move you and not stagnate you because it's motion, right? So it's information and not information. And if you're operating with information, that's probably why you stagnated. These people don't give a fuck about you though, boy. This one Michael Jackson talking about. Fuck that man's existence though. That nigga was the greatest guy in the world, right? Of all time and shit. Look at that. Of all time, Michael Jackson was the greatest. And they fucked that guy's existence up, fucked up the image of people's mind about this guy. But we want to look for the point of stagnation. Now you see, I've clearly been in this space for a while, and like I said, so here we go. See, there's movement, 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 movement. And when I'm saying stagnation, like the little shit that made this money jump up, that's the whole point now. From December to January, okay, boom. Like, but gradually, this shit pretty much gradually went up, right? Gradually. Through understanding, through practicing certain things, this shit gradually went up, right? I'm learning as this is my learning curve. Like I'm just going through some learning processes, right? But then you see like a huge jump right there, something I probably learned, right? And I practiced it, boom, I come back, I see it work, boom. So then I'm like just continually doing that. And you see this shit like keeps changing as I'm doing things, as I'm learning. Yeah, I'm about to end this now though. It's trying to stop so bad. Like I'm about to end this, and I know this is content that's not even disrespectful to nobody or none of that shit. And Google still wanted like they want to delete shit like this because they don't want to be exposed, right? But at one point here, I was doing certain shit, right? Like the same shit I was doing as this progressively moved up, I was still doing things and these were like not a lot of views. Like the shit I was doing, it was like me learning how to use social media in a way that I didn't have to pay for ads. Like I didn't have a problem paying for ads, but I was trying to master this shit in a different way that you could guarantee make money. Like if I'm making money, I'm trying to master this where this money amplifies. So probably, and like that was a problem also because that's why they don't let you promote in a lot of places on Facebook because they want to force you to use their platform, like Google Ads or some shit like that. But so as I'm trying to master this shit, I'm just practicing shit, bro. And the shit I'm practicing was working to a certain degree. And this was all it was saying is that I can make money with these little practices and I can amplify it. And right about there, right? Boom. In July, this is where stagnation happened, right? And You see that it never changes from that exact number. Do you see that exact number right there? My shit, all of a sudden, never changes. And you probably won't see that often on here where it's the same exact number, bro. It almost was never the same exact number. Like there happened one time, it was 40 cent and it was 271, right? But that shit only happened like two times throughout this shit. Oh, 326, 271, and 40 cent. But all only happened twice or three times, but like it didn't happen often as it happened up here with 955, right? It's just 955, 955, 955, no matter what, 955. 955 for a very long time. Very long time. All right? I'm just telling the truth, bro. These people stagnated them motherfucker, man. They didn't do this shit for my benefit. They ain't doing shit to help me. How would it be just 955? You know what I mean? If I go show you the other shit, and what is this? September. All of a sudden, in August, I got a penny. I got a penny. Like I made a penny, my nigga. And then all of a sudden I get another penny. So you want to give me pennies on the dollar. But you see that? And they did that probably only to have a change in balance, but I'm glad I'm broadcasting this. So you see all that movement though, and you see the stagnation and movement, and that's what I'm talking about. Stagnation. All this governance, that's all they do. I'm talking about the United States government, the UN, all of these places stagnate the people of the nation. That's just the truth of the matter, man. All of the people could easily be in college and learning and having a thriving, healthy society. They want drug heads. They want strippers so the rich motherfuckers could go pay your little sister to shake her titties in his face. I worked in a strip club and I've been a nigga who paid them bitches to suck their titties and shit. It's a fucked up reality. That they don't have to be like that though. I don't care to be fucking bitches like y'all. I mean through that process. If I suck some titties, it shouldn't have to be because I get a girl $30 or some shit for a fucking lap dance. I'm just saying, bro. It's the fucked up reality. And you see that's what they've been promoting, that stripper and hoe shit, right? They used Cardi B with that movie with J Lo. Cardi B came up as a stripper and she was a stripper turned rapper. They promoting this hoe shit because they want your daughter to be a hoe for these rich motherfuckers. And they don't want you to get rich though. They don't want you rich. They don't want you in Tahiti or on these fucking vacation spots. They don't want you at the resort where these bitches is. Like I know how these bitches get down. It's just a secret reality, bro. I just seen another one of these hoes. They go to the motels and they see these immigrants or these motherfuckers and they get butt naked in the elevator, basically trying to entice these niggas to pay for some pussy. But they won't do that to a black nigga, right? They don't do that to black niggas. And a black nigga commonly ain't where those niggas is at. And those niggas that they doing it to, they own people, own their federation and polity. They own their own economy. So they're empowered by their own dollar, which means that the dollar is meant to serve them and make sure they're in a good position. America has failed black people. America has failed, and it's time for liberation. Because I still should not have to go through this channel through going through YouTube and Google and shit to get my where I want to be at. I shouldn't have to do that because black people should have their own polity. All music and shit that black people made, if that went to black people's polity, that's empowerment already. How did it come to be that a black person can't fully own all of their music? Like who made this system where niggas don't seem to own not one goddamn thing in America? Not one thing. Even Michael Jordan might feel like an owner, but he is an owner in somebody else's league. So you don't own the league. And they showed you with Donald Sterling, they can take your team and make you sell it. So you're not an owner. And Michael Jordan's evidently a sellout in all of them because they don't talk about a bi-zonal, bi-communal federation. And since we on the topic, I'm going to end the video with that. We gonna look up what the fuck a bizonal bicommunal federation is, right? And we gonna look up the last time it happened right here in case this video gets seen by who it need to get seen by, right? Nigga, I'm the nigga who got you black motherfuckers liberation. So have some respect, bitch. You stupid ass niggas. Like, you niggas never was talking like me, celebrity or any other thing otherwise. You niggas was never talking like me, bro. None of you niggas, bro. None of you other niggas get credit for this. I'm like a Dr. Sabi, bro. Only Dr. Sabi get credit for curing that AIDS and shit. I'm like another Martin Luther King type nigga. You niggas not getting credit for this. Not one, not T.I. with your expeditiously ass bitch shit, nigga. T.I. you's a bitch, nigga. That shit, nigga, you got that expeditiously shit off of Lean On Me, bitch ass nigga. You Mr. Clark ass nigga. Trying to sound smart, bro. You never said one word in your fucking vocabulary that ever would make me look in a dictionary, bro. But you try to act like you the smart rapper. The fuck out of here, T.I. Yeah, so with this, we're gonna wrap this up in a second. What it say that entails establishing a bicommunal bizonal state of with a single sovereignty and international personality and with a single citizenship. Okay. I think this is talking about where it happened at when it's saying state of Cyprus. I'm trying to look up like just a clear definition. But this is grown people shit, right? This is like the shit that these celebrity black niggas should be talking about, bro. I'm gonna find something that clearly and concisely stipulates what I'm talking about here. These bitch ass sellout black people, my nigga, they failed you, bro. Don't never fucking follow these people. Don't never fuck with these niggas ever again, bro. When you understand what I'm talking about, let's look up the last time it happened. Okay, what is this? And Sam, what? Let me see. Extended mandate, United Nations peacekeeping force in Cyprus. Security Council adopts resolution to 2016. Well, at the end of the day, bro, I'm not about to like go do all of that shit to find that shit, bro. But you see, a bi-communal, bi-zonal federation, they having shit like this happen right now. United Nations, oh yeah, these motherfuckers is the Illuminati in itself, right? Because United Nations is some of the main people who charge America with human rights violations, right? And then another thing about that is how the fuck the United States write the platform, like they designed the platform for human rights, for international human rights. How the fuck do you design the platform for international human rights instead of incorporating everybody's philosophies into what human rights are, right? And then as you designing this international mandate on human rights, right? You violated all of these human rights while you're mandating this, right? So then we're going to act as if black people are the descendants of the Native Americans, and we're going to act like there's no statute of limitation on murder, and we want to hold America accountable for all of the murders of all of the Native Americans. And not only that, we want to hold these people accountable for all of the murders on the so-called African slaves and all of the people that they said they put in trees that are going nameless, right? We want accountability for that. There's no statute of limitation on murder, United Nations. So I'm telling you that black people want accountability for all of the murders that allow white people to get in the position that they are in America today. All of the murders. The reason that they're in the position they're in because of murder. Okay? Terrorism. Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Black Wall Street. They murdered people. They terrorized the people to stop their economy. When they were assimilated under the American flag, they still did not want to compete with black people being assimilated in the American economy, so they eradicated the economy that was developing in Greenwood, Oklahoma, which is called Black Wall Street because they're saying that they were developing an economy, right, that would rival Wall Street. So, United Nations, you're a fucking joke, bitch. This video's over.